What's going on, everybody? Happy Sunday and welcome back to another installment of Mr. Eric Reads. I hope you're enjoying a breezy cold snap throughout the weekend and that you're just having a good weekend overall. Today's book is by Robert Munsch. It's called The Boy in the Drawer. So, without further ado, sit back, relax, and enjoy this tale right here on Mr. Eric Reads. When Shelley went into her room, there were socks on the floor, socks on the bed, socks on the dresser, socks on the wall, and socks everywhere. Yikes, said Shelley. What a mess. And from out of the sock drawer, somebody yelled, "Be quiet!" So Shelley crawled across the floor and very carefully looked into the drawer. And a small boy was sitting there reading a book. Shelley ran downstairs and said, Mommy, there's a boy in my sock drawer." "Tell him to go home," said his mother. "And there are socks all over my room." "Well, clean them up," said her mother. But, clean them up," said the mother. So Shelley went back upstairs and looked in the drawer. The boy was gone. So she cleaned up the whole room and went downstairs for lunch. When Shelley went back upstairs, there was a large bump in the middle of the bed. She pulled back the covers, and there was the boy watering a tomato plant. Shelley ran downstairs and said, Mommy, my bed is a mess." "Clean it up," said the mother. But, clean it up," said the mother. When Shelley went back upstairs, the boy was gone. So she cleaned up the whole mess by herself. Shelley went back downstairs and read a book. The room started to get dark. Shelley looked around and saw a big bump behind the drapes. She very quietly crawled to the drapes and yanked it open. There was the boy. He was painting the window black. "Go away," said Shelley. The boy grew 5 centimeters. I said, "Beat it," said Shelley. And the boy grew 5 more centimeters. So Shelley took a paintbrush and painted the boy's ears black. And he grew 5 more centimeters. "Help!" yelled Shelley. And she ran off to find her mother and father. They weren't in the basement and they weren't upstairs. They were in the kitchen. So was a lot of water. It was all coming out of the bread box. What is going on? Shelley walked very quietly to the bread box and yanked it open. There was the boy, and he was taking a bath. He said, "Well, but please go away. You're bothering me." Shelley had an idea. She turned the hot water all the way off and she turned the cold water all the way on. When the cold water hit the boy, he jumped up, grew 50 centimeters, and sat in the middle of the kitchen table. The mother and the father both said, "Shelley, tell your friend to go home." So Shelley said, "Beat it!" And the boy grew 10 centimeters. Shelley tried that it was time, or she decided rather, that it was time for something different. Very carefully, she walked over, patted the boy, and right away he got smaller. So then her father went to the table and gave the boy a big hug. He got very small. Then her mother gave the boy a kiss and he disappeared entirely. "And who will clean up this kitchen?" said the mother. "Yeah, and who will clean up the kitchen?" said the father. "And who will clean up the kitchen?" said Shelley. So the mother gave Shelley a hug and the father gave Shelley a hug. And she cleaned up the whole mess with no trouble at all. The end. That was The Boy in the Drawer by Robert Munsch, right here on Mr. Eric Reads. Go enjoy the rest of your Sunday, guys. Please stay safe and healthy. Wash those hands. Read every day and practice kindness in everything that you do. Until tomorrow, Mr. Eric bidding you adieu.